Y'all, APTT here, and today I'm going to do my Asian Caboodle journal flip. It's a kit I got from Rosemary Morris, and I will link to her below and all that good stuff. I will actually have another link down there about some copyright-free images from the Smithsonian and how you can go about getting those. Anyway, I've added some of my own stuff and some images from the Smithsonian Institute, and I did not use everything in the kit. Now, Rosemary assembled hers with wire. I've used crochet cotton thread, and if you want to see how I did that, I will put that towards the end of the video. Okay. So this is the front cover. It's lovely. I'm very, very, very happy with it. And the spine. I'm trying to stay in frame, y'all. And I made a little dangly. My own little tassel. Matches my thread. And that's my back. Okay. I've left these threads on there because I'm really liking them on there. I don't know why. And I'm thinking about maybe adding some more along this edge. I don't know why. I just like them, y'all. So I don't know. We'll see. So let's get on with the flip. I've already done some. If you don't, I like secret journaling spots. Okay. And there's one.
These are the images. This kind of image I downloaded and printed on deli paper. If y'all want to see a little tutorial on how to do that, just be sure to email or leave in the comments along with your kind comments, which I so appreciate. I've also printed out some word phrases. This particular one says, "We rushed to fulfill," stuff like that, and they're in here as well. And I've stamped. I had several sheets. This is all of them. And I've been shuffling them around for a couple of years because I've just not used them yet. And this journal says, "Use us now." So that's what we were saving those for. So anywho, I've printed off some faux stamps. Well, yeah, they were real stamps, and cut them down, trimmed them all up. And this is says, "Fall down 7 times, stand up 8." That means just keep trying and keep just keep trying. So did I say I stamped? I've got several Asian stamps, and I've stamped with different inks. These are train tickets. Faux train tickets did not come in the kit. This card came in the kit, and it's the Queen of Spades. I have a bit of a peacock feather in my feather jar I found, and I thought, well, that's just perfect. I'm going to use that. And this was an image I downloaded. This came in the kit. I liked it as its whole sheet. So I've just got it tucked in there. I punched these 2 holes in there because the image had 2 spots that looked like they'd been hole punched. So after I printed, I punched them. This is my own saying. It says, "You are your opportunity. You are your opportunity." Meaning, you are the opportunity you give yourself. Take advantage of yourself. I don't know. This is a pocket. This is a hidden paper clip, side-loading paper clip that I made with some faux stamps. Well, not faux stamps. Well, they are fake stamps. Fake stamps, faux stamps. And I put a little dangly on it. I love hidden paper clips. So
and it just slides on there. I don't have any, it's not clipping anything at the present time, but it's making me happy, so it doesn't matter, right? Right. Oh, it was clipping. It was clipping this. I just have that tucked under there. That's just a image I printed, and then I adhered it on a piece of paper that came in the kit, and I made it a pocket, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So for right now, it's going to live there. And this saying is, unless an idiot dies, he won't be cured. That means you can't fix stupid. Okay? I have made an order with Sandra of Paint and Paper Studios. She had some several Asian things. I've not put them in here. But anyway, she sent me some washi tape as a little thank you in there. So I used that. And I've got plenty of room for journaling. Hidden or out in the open, whichever. And here's another saying. This is now the center of the signature. I've got signature, paper signature, and then I have a folder packet signature thing. This is a frog in a well does not know the great sea. That's to kind of promote you to take chances, take risks, and because you will never know what it's like in the big giant sea if you don't break out of your comfort zone, leave the nest. I don't know. A frog in the well does not know the great sea. Okay? I liked it. So here is another paper clip. It's a hidden paper clip, and I just used one of my faux stamps. Card came in the kit. Postcard image that I printed. And this is just holding this, wait a minute, get on there. And then I've got a piece of Josh paper in here. These, just in case you don't know, if you ever get these, do not use wet glue on them. It makes everything mess up. Don't do it. I have some Josh papers, I don't know if you want Joshy or Josh. I've got some somewhere in my paper stash. I did not take the time to go look for them because I didn't take the time to go look for them. So there we go. And I smeared ink, but you know, that's okay. Here's another hidden paper clip, and this is a top loading, a stamp that says honor. And on the back side, I used a fake stamp, some paper from one of the Joshy piece of painty paper that I adhered to cardstock, and then onto this top loading. This is all the threads from the fabric that I put on the inside of this journal. Note, please note, if I was to put fabric on the inside of one of these kind of journals, again with this with the big craft sticks, I would take it to where your wire, your string, whatever you're using to hold your sticks together, I would only put the fabric between those two marks. Otherwise you have an issue. Well, I find an issue. I'm okay with it, but I would have preferred it not to have been there, to have had to cut these out or had whatever weirdness there. Okay? Okay. Future note to self. Okay, we've already seen those. We were here on this one. And it does kind of stick up like a tap. All right? All right. And like I said, these are the threads from the fabric. You know, when you cut it, just a little nick, and then you rip it, and you get all those little frayed tags. So, yeah. And here's another saying. Even monkeys fall from trees. That means everybody makes some mistakes, okay? You're not perfect. It's just, that's just the way it is. So what? Okay. When I was making my folder that's in the back, we'll get there. Just be patient, y'all. Cut a border, and it cut the whole border out. It didn't leave a ruffled edge like in my brain said it was going to. So I glued that on top of another piece of paper that I had cut from something that came in the kit, and just stuck it in there. And this is card came in the kit. I have looked that up on Google Translate. My phone's in the house. I'm going to pause the video. You won't know because I'll be right back and I'll show you Google Translate. Hang on just a second. Okay. Did you miss me? It was just a blink of your eye. So I have Google Translate, which is an app on my cell phone. And I'm real sure it's free, y'all, because y'all know how cheap I am. Just saying. And we're going to read to see what that says. Oh. It says, are you? Whatever that means. I don't know what that means. I thought I saw it somewhere that it said harmony. Anyway, or balance, one of those. So anyway, if you've got that, you can use, here, let's do it on this saying up here. Google Translate. Monkeys fall from trees. That's, even monkeys fall from trees. That's what it says. And that's kind of a neat little feature if you have some stuff, if you're wanting to translate. This is off of some fake flowers, and I just glued it on there because I liked it. Makes me happy. And we know that's what it's about. Just saying. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. It's got a yin and a yang stamp down here. I can't tell. Can't tell. So anyway, I'm very, very pleased with it. This is another hidden paper clip. I used Josh paper on here, and I hung a dangle on it. One of my own dangles with a piece of chain. Another one of those fakey stamps. And here is the folder. The folder, pamphlet folder thing. So this right here is something I've said a lot in emails and letters and stuff like that. So I typed it up and had Google translate it on the computer, and then I printed it out. It says peace and harmony in all that you do. Then we turn the folder. It's a manila folder, y'all. And this came in the kit, and that's the image I printed out and glued or used matte medium on top of one of the book pages. It's a Dory style. Sorry, I didn't tell you. It's a Dory style thing. And I folded it over and made a little pocket here, and here's a tag. That was a larger image that I used for something else, and I've just put that on the back of the tag because I liked it. Here is a kimono that Rosemary showed us how to fold up. And I've just got a little decorative paper clip there because it's got a obi on the back, which is the big bow looking thing on the back of the fancy kimonos the geisha girls typically wear. And I wanted to be able to see it, so I put a piece of acetate, which is from packaging. I adhered it into my folder signature thingy so I could glue the kimono on here so I could open it up and see without glare, the obi, okay, and the back of the kimono. This actually just came in a spring swap I did with a girl from a group on Facebook, and she sent, there was 2 of them, and I've actually used both of them in here. It's probably a Kane company, but I don't know for sure. Book page came in the kit, and I made just a little decorative paper clip to help hold this closed. It is acetate, and it's one of the thicker ones, so it is kind of wanting to spring open, so we're just put that in there. Then we fold it over, and here is our geisha girl that we made. Rosemary showed us how to fold this all up. I will link to Rosemary below. Okay? And I will try to get her up in the iCards. Anyway, oh, my autofocus is on. Why didn't y'all turn that off already? That's just so annoying. Bear with me. And there. So anyway, she's all folded up. This is some of that painty paper again. She's got real fancy hairdo. And I put diamonds on her, y'all. Y'all know I like my diamonds. And the sticks that are in her hair, I went over with gold foil. And the little threads that are sticking out is actually some gold thread that I layered between 2 pieces of black cardstock. And I went with gold foil on top of them. And I've adhered a piece of metal underneath there so it will stick to the magnet that I've not painted white yet. Okay? So that's because I can do secret journaling here, and she looks just pretty, and she won't let go. Watch. See, she's not falling off, and I'm tumping her upside down. So there we go. And this is a piece of the file folder that I've folded up. I've trimmed the edge and made it into a pocket. And this came in the kit, and it's just information that came on that print that I cut out and kept with the print. Some train stuff that I printed from the internet and just made into like faux pictures and like a faux. It was a real map, but now it's a faux map, y'all. Faux map. And yeah, you can journal on all these or not. And it just they just tuck into that little pocket there. And this is actually sort of like the last page, but there's more. Just wait for it. There's more. So here's the because in the kit we got half of a napkin, so it had 2 faces. And when I was putting her on, I messed it all up. I will try to put pictures if I remember towards, in the photo montage so you can see the messed up part. And this came in that spring swap kit, swap I was in as well. And they covered up my little Bobo there perfectly. And it says, happy arting, y'all, in Japanese. Okay, so this goes on to fold out. And here is another pocket. This came in the kit. This side is red, which you can see. I mean, you don't see it red unless you're colorblind, and it just looks like brown. Here is the very first geisha girl I made, and she is a hidden paper clip. She has a job to do, y'all. You can see the second one I made, her hair is much fancier, but we did put diamonds on this one too. And I did trim that just a little bit because I need her. She's doing a job. I'm going to show you the job. So she's got a paper clip that is actually removable. Go back on there. Get back in there. Okay. So her job is to hold this up right here. Okay. This is not a pocket. It's flap. And I've just put blank white copy paper in there. And I've also have a magnet here that I've not yet painted. And that's because this will tend to fall open as well. Her job's to hold the note papers. But because she's got the paper clip on there, the magnet holds the paper clip and her, well, because I'm picking it up, it's picking that. But anyway, it holds that more butter. And then that's the back, inside back. And I took the fabric and just tore it down and made a pocket. And this is how to cut out to make a kimono, I believe, is what that came up as. And I liked that ad that was in the kit. And again, I like this paper. And I wrote on there, remember your lessons. And then this was an image that came in the kit. And I used this part over here for something else. I don't know where I used it, but I used it. And I like this, so I kept it because I can, because it's mine. So that brings us to the end. Okay, and I don't have a closure on it because I didn't really think I needed one on here. At least not at this time. I don't know if I will ever add one. I don't know. But I love these. I love these threads hanging out, y'all. I just do. And here is where I will insert how I actually did this.
And take two for the voiceover on this portion of the video. Here I am. I've got my sticks all lined out, and these are large craft sticks. They measure approximately 7 7/8 by 1 inch wide. I picked some up from Hobby Lobby because I wanted to play with them for a while, and I'm making a secondary journal as well. It won't be Asian themed. Anyway, I've got them lined up with the ruler at the top and the bottom so they can more or less stay in a straight line, more or less. Not all sticks are the exact same width. Some are cut wonky, and you'll just need to weed through yours and line them up. What did I say? 1 inch from the top and 1 inch from the bottom, because that's the measurement I chose to go with. We're just going to pile them up. It shouldn't matter because they all have the line on them. I said so much in that first voiceover that was perfect that I lost. So there are my lines. I'm going to put some little notches right on the line on every stick, on the top and bottom on every stick, both sides. Just a little nick. I know it's kind of scary looking, and be careful if you choose to do this. If you have arthritis or other hand issues, I don't recommend doing this. One of the girls in the group did use yarn, and she did not make notches. She just tied her knots, and it worked out beautifully for her, and her journal looks great. Just saying. I chose to do notches because I wanted to tie knots with my crochet cotton thread, and I wanted my knots to nest into the little nick groove spot there, so that my sticks would be just a wee bit closer together and not have such a gap in them. That was a personal choice, it's personal choice. I'm just, I've got permission from Rosemary to show y'all this part, so it's not like I'm stepping on toes. Okay, we're not remaking the wheel here. We're just making it differently. There's nothing wrong with that. And so, there we go. And this part is at real time, and then we will speed up any day, any moment. I don't know, sooner or later. So I'm very happy with how this worked out. It took a while to make the notches. I don't know how long. I didn't pay attention to that part of the video as I was editing. Now it's sped up. I really don't go this fast. Oh, and if you do use a craft knife, be careful. If I didn't say it already, be careful, y'all. It's sharp. It's like a razor blade. In fact, I think it is a razor blade. I appreciate everyone's comments in the group. If you're not in the group, you can, that group would be on Facebook, and it is Rusty Peacock's, I don't remember now. I will try to put a link in the description box below, and there will be a link to Rosemary YouTube channel and to Susan Brown's YouTube channel, which is very good at helping you find images, copyright-free images online. Just saying. And she knows a lot of stuff. She does lots of stuff. So there's that. And I will link to Xandra as well because, as I said, she has some Asian type stuff in her shop currently, or at the time of this video anyway. I don't know about, 5 years or 2 weeks from now. I don't know. So we've started, and I've measured my thread out. That is crochet cotton thread, and it's about 4 times the length my sticks lined out. You know, you lay it on there, it's 1, it scoots over 2, and 3, and 4. Don't want to run out. You can trim it off, but you don't want to run out. And it is a little weird getting started, but after you get about 3 sticks tied together, it starts just working right together. And it's, yeah. But like I said, if you've got finger issues, this is not necessarily going to be the good way for you. Going with the wire would probably be best, like Rosemary did. I just didn't want to use wire. I don't know. I don't know. Because I don't do things like the teacher says. That's why I don't take too many paid classes, because I know this about me. I know I seldom do the way the teacher says to do it. Which is why I stopped taking so many classes, because I don't know. I just always seem to want to do it my way. Alright? Even if my way doesn't work, I still want to do it my way. In this case, I got lucky and it worked. So, sometimes it works, sometimes not so much. Anywho, like I said, did I say? I don't know. I might have said that before, and I don't know, because now I'm repeating everything again. I am doing a square knot, which is sort of like a double knot. One's over the left, one's over the right. I'm sure there's a YouTube video to show you how to make a square knot. Okay, I had to learn certain knots when I was a Cub Scout leader, and this was before YouTube, so it was hard for me to learn knots, because it's like, what? Huh? I can't follow that picture. But I got my boys learned the right knots. They learned them. And I am trying to keep the knots on the side of the stick where the notch is, because that was the whole purpose of putting the notch in there, was so that the knot southern accents, y'all, would fit into there, and the sticks would be just a wee bit closer. And as you can see, it's just, well, I've sped up the video, but it really did start just really getting easier after about the 3rd stick, because they're all laying nice and flat. Of course, I've got my left hand over them, and that's beneficial as well. And at this time, I didn't know which side was going to be the front and which side was going to be the back, and the top and the bottom and all that. But I wanted to make sure my loose ends came out on the same side, so we will be flipping this over so that we can do the string on the other end, whichever end that may be. So we're flipping them over, we're just kind of lining them out. I got my string again. That's my fold in half spot. We're starting on the first one. On the first one right there. Right there. And we're going to do this exact same thing. I know, it's a lot of repeat. A lot of repeat. So, got all this long string to work with. Now you could also use yarn. One of the girls in the group used yarn, and and she did not make notches, and her journal came out, her cover came out beautifully. Just saying, so you don't have to do the notches. And you can use yarn, because she used yarn. Could you use twine? Probably, but just remember, the thicker the string, yarn, thread that you're using, the bigger the gap between your sticks is going to be. So I wouldn't use regular sewing thread, because that's not strong enough. The crochet cotton thread is very strong, which is why I used it. And I do use it most often for bookbinding. Yes, you could also use wax linen, in which case you probably would not need to make the notches at all, because that is a thinner material, and it is a very strong material as well. So when we get to the napkin collage on the front, that video is got corrupt. I don't know. I think my camera's going out, or it may be my old laptop held together with duct tape in the studio. It may be that. I don't know. I'll go with the cheaper option of trying to find a new camera, and maybe that'll fix it. Maybe. I don't know. So, like I said, video is sped up on this part, and I'm still making the 2 knots. Now, you can cut your loose threads off if you choose. I would put a drop of glue on there before I did that, just to make sure they don't come undone. And you can have your loose ends on the front, you can have your loose ends on the back, you can cut them off, whatever makes you happy. Now, before I did my napkin collage, I did seal my sticks with matte medium, because that's what I like to use, and it's a fluid. And I did 2 coats on the front and 2 coats on the back, and of course you have to let it dry in between. So yes, I'm real sure the matte medium absorbed into the thread, and that will help reinforce those knots as well. So there's that. The reason I matte medium when I'm sealing like that at the whole surface is because when you seal anything, paper, wood, or whatever, it will change the color slightly. It's hard to see the color change on here, but there is it deepens the natural color, or whatever color, just slightly, just ever so slightly. So now I've cut my fabric for the inside to size, or well, I didn't cut it, I've ripped it, cut it and ripped it. And I'm putting on my favorite glue on the sticks, and I'm going to use a brush to smear that out, and then I will lay my fabric on top and smoosh it all down. As I said earlier in the video, way back when, if I was to do this kind again, I would put the fabric just between the sewing lines there, or the binding line, I don't know what to call that. And it's a dory style, so I did in my center stick, I have 4 sticks for the front, no, I have 5 sticks for the front, 5 sticks for the back, 1 stick is the spine, and I just used a crop dowel, the big bite one, to punch 2 holes so I could do the dory style binding. I don't show that part because I don't think that part got filmed. I didn't like the fabric sticking out, which is why I said I would keep it just between the threads if I was to do this again. So I'm trimming it all up and doing that, and we will get to the picture of the napkin that I used on the folder insert will be first, and then how I glued some stuff on it to fix it. There we go. Photo montage. And it's fixed with stuff I got in a spring swap. I appreciate each and every one of you, your kind comments, your likes, your subscriptions, your thumbs up, I already said that, your shares, and yeah, your support and your valuable time. Thanks for watching, and happy arting, y'all!